Hi, welcome back to everyone and welcome back to Winsome Mathematics. So our 2 points are very clear that we have to become fearless and how by learning and how is learning? Learning is fun. Okay. Just to keep learning without considering the consequences. Okay. So learn in present and we will result. Okay. So now without wasting any time, let's come to our point that is the sixth question we are gonna discuss in this video. So it is clear from the question session that we have already solved all the 5 questions. Now this is the question that we have to solve. Okay. So beforehand, if you haven't watched all the questions, you must watch because the approach we have discussed that is very important for solving all the questions. Okay, because it is same. Okay. So must check the description and must watch. Okay. So now these questions that we have to do one by one in the upcoming videos. Okay. So now let's come to our sixth question. So again, I know you all are familiar with this approach. So let's discuss it in brief. Okay. So now this is x sine 6x and cos 4x. Okay. First, first point is that to identify limit. Okay. So how to identify limit? We have three standard limits we know. What is it? 0 to 1, 0 to pi by 2 and 0 to infinity. And why is this so? You will be thinking. So simple is the answer. Answer is very simple that we have to transform into the standard definition of beta or gamma. And we know that the beta gamma definition is in the form of 0 to 1 or 0 to pi by 2 or 0 to infinity. Okay. Gamma takes this definition, beta takes all these definitions, okay, of integration. Okay. So now by just by looking this question, we know that we have an image of this form 0 to pi by 2 because sine cos is present. So sine to the power phi theta and cos to the power q theta d theta. But the major problem is that we don't have this term x here in the definition. Okay. So this is our problem. Okay. And another problem that we identified limit already pi because these are the standard limit and pi is not a standard limit. Okay. So we have two problems that we have to solve. Then we will identify how to solve further. Okay. So automatically we will see the miracle after solving these two problems. Okay. So just keep learning and just stay and watch the solution. Okay. So now we know that how to remove x. Okay, first point is very clear that how to remove x. We have to remove x anyhow. So we will use the property of integration. Property of integration. And which property of integration you will be thinking? So just think that which property we can use. Because limit is 0 to pi. Okay. And x is multiplied, okay, with sine and cos. So we can use this property here. A to b fx dx is equal to integral a to b f a plus b minus x dx. And let me introduce this property to you. This is the limit a to b, and this is fx. That means x is the variable of function and x is also the variable of integration. But we can replace this x with a plus b minus x. Then there will be no any change in the integration. Just think. This is a miracle in itself. That's why this is King's formula. Okay. Very, very important formula. Okay. So we can replace this x with a plus b minus x. Where is a plus b? This is 0 plus pi. Okay. So we can replace x with pi minus x. Okay. Simple. Okay. So derived formula of, from this formula, derived formula of integration from this formula is that we can use 0 to a fx dx is equal to 0 to a now a minus x f a minus x dx because a plus b is here 0 plus a clear. So similarly 0 to pi so we can write pi minus x. Okay. 0 to pi of x dx is equal to 0 to pi now and pi minus x dx. Okay. So we will replace x with pi minus x. Okay. So another thing is very clear that this both are same. This integration similar. This integration is same. So we will use. Okay. So now 0 to pi. Let's assume this I. Okay. And I is equal to 0 to pi and x sine 6x and cos 4x now dx. Okay. Let's assume this equation 1 and this is equation 2. 0 to pi and pi minus x because we know that how to replace x by pi minus x and sine 6 pi minus x and cos 4 pi minus x and this is dx. So now we know that sine pi minus x lies in second quadrant because this is pi 180 degree, 180 degree minus something. So this lies in second quadrant. Okay. Clear. So in second quadrant sine is positive, so no any tension. Okay. So we can easily write sine 6x and cos 4 pi minus x. Cos is negative, but power is 4. Okay. So even power. Okay. So minus raised to power even is positive. So this is cos 4x and pi minus x is pi minus x. Okay. We can write 0 to pi. And this is our equation 2. Now think that our problem was what? X. We need to remove x. That's why we use this property. And I gave you a hint that we have used this property. Now think that how to remove x by using this property. Just think a bit. So simple. I hope you got it. If it isn't so, then please don't worry. Learn the things. Okay. So now come to here. This is our equation first and this is second. Here x is positive. Okay. X sine 6x cos 4x. Here x is negative and sine 6x cos 4x. But the things is multiplied here and also multiplied here. This is plus and this is minus. So when we will add this term will got cancelled. Clear? And we will left with pi sine 6 to the power 6x and cos to the power 4x. Clear? So after adding 2y 0 to pi and I can write pi here because pi will be remaining. Okay. And this got cancelled. So here inside sine 6x and cos 4x dx. Clear? So now our first problem is solved that we removed x. X is removed. Okay. Clear? So now we have to remove this pi. Okay, because this is also awkward. Because we identified limit already, then we will transform it to the standard definition. Okay, so that's why we are removing this pi. Okay. So now by using substitution mostly, but this question is tricky. We don't need to substitute. Now why? Ask why. Because we know that sine to the power p theta cos q theta inside 0 to pi by 2 here already present. Okay. So just we need to again use the property of integration. Okay. So we don't have to substitute because our fruitful term is here already. Okay. So now which property we will use? Because we need to remove pi and don't need to remove this term. So simple. Are you able to think? Yes. Clear. We will use even property of integration. Even property of definite integration. Okay. Odd even property we know. Okay. So we can easily write 2 pi 0 to pi by 2 sine to the power 4x and cos to the power 6x. Sorry, sine to the power 6x and cos to the power 4x dx. Okay. This is 6 and this is 4. Okay. So you will be thinking that how is it possible? 2 is multiplied and limit is half. So are you imagining? If you know the concept, then please skip. If you don't know, then please watch. Okay. Simple. Just analyze this function of cos. Okay, this function of cos. So 0, this is pi by 2 and this is pi. So why cos? Because cos is even function. Okay, because it is symmetric. We know that uh, whenever we replace fx is equal to f minus x, if the value of the function doesn't change, that means it is even function. Here also sine minus x minus sin x, but power 6, so sin 6x. Okay. Here minus doesn't matter in the cos. Okay, so this is even function. Definition is not changing. Okay. So let's take a simple example of the even function that is cos function. Okay. So now assume cos and now analyze this. Okay. Because what was our integration 0 to pi? We need to find the area of all the shaded region. Okay, but we found only 0 to pi by 2. Why? Because even function is symmetric about that. So this area and this area is same. Okay, that's why we only found this part. Okay, and multiplied with 2. So that to get all the area. Okay, so this is the concept. That's why we use. So now 2 is cancelled with 2 and I is equal to pi 0 to pi by 2 and sine 6x and cos 4x now dx. Okay. So it is very clear to you. Now everything is clear. This is in the form of this sin p theta and cos q theta d theta. Here p equal to 6 and q equal to 4. Now everything is clear. What we did was here. We use the King formula. Okay. Yes, this is King formula. I already told you. If I didn't tell, so remember it. This is King's formula. Okay. Because this is our weapon. When we are helpless, we proceed to take the help of King. Okay. Clear. And here 4 is missing, so write it. Okay. So now 0 to pi, 0 to pi minus 6 sin 6x cos 4x because this is positive in second quadrant and this is even function. Okay, clear. So by adding 1 and 2 we get this, and by using the property of even we get this. And now this integration is in the form of clear sin to the power p theta and cos to the power q theta. Clear to you? And we are in habit of using this form in all the questions beforehand. So this is very simple and we will use in next page. Okay. So now this is very clear that gamma p plus 1 by 2 and gamma q plus 1 by 2 and this is 2 into gamma p plus q plus 2 upon 2. Don't worry because we know the value of P and Q. P is equal to 6. So 2 in pi is also remaining because pi was multiplied. Okay. So 2 into 6 plus 1 by 2. So 7 by 2 and now this is 3. This is 4 plus 1 by 2. So 5 by 2. And this is 2 into 6 plus 4 plus 2. That is 12 by 2. That is 6. Okay. So now think that how to solve because I already told you 7 by 2 and 5 by 2 is greater than 1, so we can use this relation gamma 1 plus n because this term is also greater than 1 and this is a recurrence relation. And gamma 1 plus n is equal to n gamma n, no any doubt. Okay. So how to write 7 by 2 in the form of 1 plus n? Gamma 1 plus 5 by 2. Similarly, 5 by 2 to 1 plus 3 by 2. And we have by using the formula we can write 5 by 2 gamma 5 by 2. And this is 3 by 2 gamma 3 by 2. Okay, clear. But we know the trick and I already discussed in all the videos. Okay. So simple, just learn it. 7 minus 2, then again 5 minus 2 and again 3 minus 2, 1. But we have to stop at 1 because we know that 3 by 2, gamma 1 plus 1 by 2. So this is 1 by 2, gamma 1 by 2 and we have to stop after 1 by 2, gamma 1 by 2 because gamma doesn't take negative value. So simple. We can write it 7 by, sorry, 5 by 2 into 3 by 2 into 1 by 2 and gamma 1 by 2 is root 5. So here again 3 by 2 into 1 by 2 and gamma 1 by 2 into root 5. Okay. Upon 2 into gamma 6. That means 6 minus 1 factorial because gamma n is equal to n minus 1 factorial. Okay. So this is 5 factorial. So this is clear 45. 5 into 3 into 3, this is 45. Upon this is 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, 32. Because 5 times and this is 2. Okay, so 32 into 2 into 120. Clear. So this is answered with 15 3 times. This is 8 times. And here root pi into root pi is pi. And here pi is maintaining. Okay, so pi is squared here. Okay, so 3 pi is squared upon 8 into 2 16 into 32. 16 to the 32 carry 3. There are 48 and 3 3 5 51. Okay. So clear. So this is the required answer and because of simple calculation of gamma function, we are in habit of calculating. Okay. So I hope you didn't get any problem. Again, I am telling simple 7 by 2 and 5 by 2 is greater than 1. So we use recurrence relation because 1 plus n, this term is also greater than 1. This is equal to n gamma n. So we can write 7 by 2 as 1 plus 5 by 2. 5 by 2 gamma 5 by 2. Similarly, 5 by 2 as 1 plus 3 by 2. So 3 by 2 gamma 3 by 2. Again 3 by 2 as 1 plus 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 gamma 1 by 2. After that we stop. So this was the trick again. So to reduce the denominator by 2 and keep reducing until and unless we get 1 by 2. Okay, so clear. So this was the calculation and we did. So this question was more than important. So again I am discussing how we solved it. First we go to our approach that identify limit and we have a trouble. We don't want to say 0 to pi. Clear. So again we identify x is a problem. How? Because we know that whenever we see sine 6x cos 4x these terms we match it with 0 to pi by 2 sine p theta and cos q theta. Here x is extra without any reason. Okay, that's why we removed x by using King's formula. Then we remove pi, change it to pi by 2 by using property of integration. Okay. So now after using this, this is in the form of this standard form. Okay, so now we can use this relation and solve. Thank you for staying so long and thanks for watching.